Hello and welcome to HyperDog Digital. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of different cell phone cases here for the Galaxy S8. We got two from Geek Zone and one from Fashion Case. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here's the S8 right here, and we'll start with this first case here from Geek Zone. Take this out, and as you can see, this is your standard two-layer case. Kind of a more softer kind of rubber, and this one's a little bit harder than most of the soft rubber cases. And then I guess you can call this an outer layer. You probably didn't need to take this off. I was taking it off just to kind of show you what the two different parts consist of. We'll go ahead and put this back on here real quick and slide this on. This is my wife's phone, so no, I don't generally like flowers and butterflies on my phone. So we'll turn that off. Anyways, so here's the case. Seems to fit pretty good. No problems. Doesn't seem to mess with the screen protector at all. Buttons line up well. The openings at the bottom seem to all line up fine. And I can get a, oof, that's pretty tight. Can get a connector in there, but I don't know that that too many are gonna fit. That one was pretty tight, so you might have some issues with that. The other thing here that I might worry about is that the there's a pretty deep edge here for around the camera and the heart rate sensor and the fingerprint reader. It is pretty accessible, so it should work, but you may have some issues off and on trying to hit that just right. So let's move on to the next one. This is a little bit more rugged case here by Fashion Case. Take a look at this guy. Again, this is the more traditional type of softer leather that you'll see, and then the hard plastic outer case. And for these, generally you want to put them on like so, and then add the plastic casing on after. Depends on the case. Some of them you can leave it together, but for this one, it's usually a little bit easier for these kind of deals to put them in one piece at a time. So there you go, there's this case. Again, you have a really deep edge here, and this one's really tight for the fingerprint reader. You may have some problems with that, but it does provide some pretty solid protection. It is a little bit heavier. It does add a tiny bit of bulk, more than the last one anyways. The buttons line up fine. Looks like you got a decent amount of room here on the openings on the bottom. So you shouldn't have many problems with those. And I can clearly see that the headphones will fit in there, so I'm not even going to try doing that one. Buttons all seem to function just fine. Bixby button. Yeah, okay, it's there. And the volume buttons. Okay. So they all seem to work and seem to fit pretty good. So no problems with that one. Doesn't seem to be messing with my screen protector. That's something that I have seen with some of these cases for the S8s that are a lot better than with the S7s and the S6 edges. Some of these, and I don't know if it's the screen protectors or if it's the cases that are being designed now, but the S6s and the S7s really, I had a lot of problems getting a case or a screen protector to stay on with the cases. So that's good to see. So here's the last one, and again, this is from Geek Zone, and this is your probably minimal type protection, just a very thin rubber silicone kind of case here, and that obviously easily slips on. No problems there. Fits fine. You know, I was thinking this would have been really good for the fingerprint reader, but it does kind of, it's really doesn't give a lot of room around the fingerprint reader there. and you might have some problems with that too. Unfortunately, my wife doesn't have that set up on here right now, so I can't test it. But just be aware, you know, you might have some issues with it. It can get down to it, so it should be okay, but might give some people some fits. Otherwise, the buttons line up just fine. No problems there. And you shouldn't really have too many problems with any of these openings, certainly for the speaker or for the power jack there, or USB Type-C. And this, of course, yeah, fits in just fine. I don't think you'd have too many problems. It's not a very wide opening, but it is very thin, so it doesn't even look like, when I put this on here, that it even really pinched the case at all. So most anything you put on there, I think is going to be fine. So there you go. There's the 3 cases. 2 from Geek Zone. Line these up in here. And 1 from Fashion Case. All varying different varying protection levels. This is of course your least amount of protection, but of course your least amount of bulk. This is this next step up, and of course this is your heavy duty guy right here. Alright, so thank you for joining us here at HyperDog Digital, and we'll see you again next time.